Imagine trying to sleep while artillery rounds detonate 200 meters away, the earth shaking beneath you, the air thick with cordite, and the iron smell of blood. This is the reality millions of soldiers lived every night of the First World War. And yet they slept, because without rest, survival collapses. This episode takes you inside those rain-soaked trenches to uncover exactly how men found rest in the most hostile environment in human history. Sleep was not a luxury in the Great War. It was a tactical resource, as important as ammunition and just as carefully managed. A Western Front trench was not the textbook diagram you studied in school. Soldiers carved sleeping funk holes directly into trench walls, shallow clay recesses just wide enough for a man on his side. Deeper dugouts followed, framed with timber and corrugated iron, some German examples descending 40 feet underground with bunk beds and electric lighting. British soldiers used revetting, weaving wicker panels or sandbags into walls to prevent collapse, and slept on oilskin ground sheets as moisture barriers. This was Fieldcraft at its most essential, reading terrain, managing water, and extracting one livable hour from an unlivable world. The soundscape of a World War I trench at night was relentless. Distant artillery crumps, the stutter of a Lewis gun, flares hissing skyward, rats scratching across sleeping bodies. The smell was wet earth, rotting sandbags, unwashed men, and lingering gas residue. Yet veterans adapted, their nervous systems filtering familiar dangers and jolting awake only for close rounds or sudden silence. Modern sleep science calls this sentinel sleep, reduced consciousness with one part of the brain still scanning for threats. The World War I soldier mastered it through pure necessity. Ration parties moved only at night, hunched through communication trenches to deliver cold bully beef and hard biscuits. Water arrived in petrol cans, permanently tainting every cup of tea with petroleum. Soldiers filtered contaminated crater water through sand and cloth, improvising purification methods that, honestly, directly mirror modern bushcraft techniques. Sleep, food, and water formed an inseparable survival triangle. Without any one leg, the others collapsed. Every veteran understood this instinctively, even if the science did not yet have the words for it. Sleeping with boots laced, kit on, and rifle within arm's reach was never comfort. It was calculation. Maintaining hygiene was an act of psychological resistance. Men spent rest hours chatting, running candle flames along tunic seams to kill lice, a tedious ritual of self-preservation. Rum rations issued at dawn served a dual purpose: mild warmth and shared ceremony. Letters from home, read by lantern light before sleep, were morale infrastructure. Officers who understood this kept men shaving and washing not for regulation's sake, but because the moment soldiers stopped caring for themselves, fighting capability degraded within days. Resilience, it turned out, was built in small, deliberate habits. What endures across a century is not the suffering, though it was immense, but the ingenuity. Ordinary men became shelter engineers, water collectors, and sleep strategists within weeks of arriving at the front. The funk hole is the ancestor of your debris shelter. The oilskin ground sheet is your sleeping pad. The rum ration is your camp ritual. The military sleep method, progressive muscle relaxation, deliberate visualization, forcing unconsciousness in under 2 minutes, has roots in what First World War soldiers discovered by necessity and what neuroscience later confirmed. The difference between then and now is not the knowledge, it is the stakes. Learn it while yours are still low. If this episode taught you something, share it. Share it with a history lover, a fellow bushcrafter, or a veteran in your life. Subscribe to Fieldcraft Chronicles so you never miss an episode. Every video is a commitment to preserving the hard-won wisdom of those who came before us.